What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Shiba Inu's price is pulling back at the time of recording just a little bit, leaving a lot of investors wonder, well, what's going on? And I think some are actually going to be fooled by what we're seeing right now. And so with that said, I want to try to just bring a little bit of clarity, explain what I'm seeing, and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Shiba Inu yourself on up to 50x leverage without needing to KYC, meaning you don't have to hand over them your personal private information, you can use that link to BTCC down below. Guys, I have probably the most crazy deal that I've put together since 2021, in which you're going to get a 10% bonus on first-time deposits on all the way up to $100,000 deposits. This means that if you deposit, say, $5,000, they're going to give you $500 back to trade completely for free. And say if you turn that $500 into $2,000, guys, you keep your profit. They're literally allowing you to get free gains. Absolutely nuts. On top of that, you're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses and an SVIP1 code, which gives you 40% lower trading fees. I have not had a deal this good since 2021 during the middle of the bull market, so you need to go take advantage of that down below. Now, looking at Shiba Inu's price, what we can see is that its price is pulling back a little bit, again, leaving investors wondering, well, what's happening here? And the great part about it is, though, guys, that over the last 24 hours, we finally have gotten some macro clarity. You know, when a crypto just goes absolutely vertical and then it starts doing this, you don't really know what's about to happen. It's like, okay, are we going to melt up? Are we going to melt down? Are we going to go sideways? Like, what's going to happen? We need some clarity from a structural perspective. We need the candles to do their thing so we can finally see what type of structures and formations and resistance and supports that they're creating, so we can actually know what to be on the lookout for. And what we can quite clearly identify now is that Shiba Inu has given us clarity in the sense that it has created a descending wedge. Now, typically speaking, this is a very good thing. Tyler, why is this a good thing? Because what you will come to notice, especially during bull markets, is that descending wedges, or these descending triangles, as some people will call them, are continuation patterns. And what I mean by that is they have a substantially higher likelihood of breaking out to the upside than they do to the downside. So usually if you're going upwards, you create one of these, it's very much more likely that you will break to the upside and try to continue upwards rather than breaking towards the downside. Matter of fact, the craziest part about it is that if you do get a breakout to the downside of one of these, there's a 60% chance that you still recover back up towards it and then break to the upside. So in a situation like this, when I see a structure of this nature forming, I actually get pretty excited. It's like, okay, well, we got a beautiful pump. Shiba Inu is going to try to cool down, calm down, relax a bit, maybe come all the way back down to that 2166 level to try to flip this previous point of resistance into some support, and then use this structure and use that support to try to break towards the upside. And so because of that, where I am right now is I'm actually like, okay, I'm actually going to pick up a little bit of Shiba Inu. I am going to accumulate just a tiny amount. Guys, I already have enough Shiba Inu, but I like buying some, so I'm going to buy a little tiny amount of Shiba Inu while we are in here, and the lower it goes, the more I might buy. I mean, you do have to be aware that this could continue down further. There is a chance that Shiba Inu does continue down another 12% from here, so obviously I'm not doing any purchasing that would cause any ripple or any effect on my portfolio whatsoever. This is a 1% of 1% of my portfolio, but at the end of the day, I'm still doing a little bit of purchasing, and we'll again do a little bit more the lower this goes. Now, as we do start to come in contact with some of these lower support levels, whether it's like here, whether we revisit this one for the double bottom, whether we go a little bit lower, at that point I will update you and let you know what to be on the lookout for, because then we're going to have to determine, like, okay, are we going to hold support and try to bounce to the upside, or are we going to try to hold support, break out, and come back down and start losing support for more of a macro move? This is still very possible, because you have to remember, just because it might break to the upside doesn't mean after it breaks out that it can't continue back lower, right? So this is what we need to be on the prepare for, just in case. We need to prepare for the just in case we do get more of a macro move to the downside, maybe some sort of, A, B, C correction here, which we get the A, the B, the C correction. So as we do start going a little bit further down and we prepare for what I do believe will be a breakout to the upside of this channel, I'll start updating you on what more of a macro scale looks like and what things are happening on the daily and the weeklies, because that's going to start to imply whether or not we're going to actually see a breakout that looks like this, or whether we're going to see a breakout that looks like this. So I do believe one way or another that we're going to get the breakout. If for some reason Shiba Inu's price does pull to the downside of this, I would still be expecting it to recover that resistance and start to push to the upside. So of course, as it does play out and as we do get closer, I will let you know what I'm looking for and what I'm expecting. But overall, I love this type of structure. It's a cool down structure. It's not a crash structure, and that's a good thing, because what happens sometimes is that you'll have a crypto go up like this and it'll go right back down like this. That's not usually what happens when you start to see cool down structures. You usually start to see, even if it does pull back, it's just cooling down. It's not crashing. This is giving us time for our indicators to reset, our RSI to reset, allowing us to have the room and the space that's needed to work, to be able to work back towards the upside over the more macro sense. And so because of that, the quick update of the day is just letting you know to watch this very closely. Don't be fooled by the bearish headline saying that Shiba Inu is going to crash and go to zero and all this stuff. This is a great sign. It's a great pattern, a great structure, and historically it should give us a breakout towards the upside at some given point. So I will continue to update you as this does play out. If you guys do want extra information from me, guys, for just as little as $1 a month, you can join my private community. You can join in, ask me questions, talk to the community, get some ideas and much more. And for $5 a month, you can get access to my thoughts and ideas and just, these different theses that I come up with, daily fundamental analysis, daily technical analysis reports. I'm posting some crash courses for those of you more beginners out there if you want to check those out as well. So make sure that you do go head down to the Patreon and see what, if you like it. And also don't forget, if you do want to trade some Shiba on up to 50x leverage, you can use that BTCC link down below and get a 10% bonus on your first time deposit. So make sure that you do go check all that stuff out down there, guys. I love what I'm seeing from Shiba Inu, and I can't wait to update you all tomorrow in the next Shiba Inu video. I will be posting probably 4 or 5 more videos today. I've already posted 3 or 4, so stay tuned for those, and I'll see you in a few hours. Peace.